welcome everyone. This is Glenda Dawson, and I have
What is going on?
I
Why
don't
am I
know.
so I'm so shiny? Like
You need to put some powder on.
no, like it's like the light. It's like I don't normally have that light on. It's like it's beaming down lights like hello, I'm God. No.
Well, they may have been telling you to shine your light, so there it is.
Like it looks like beams of light and like I'm an angel.
Well, yeah, you're far from that, but no, I'm joking.
Okay, that wasn't
All right, that wasn't nice, but you know,
no, it's
but
true though. I'm just I'm gonna, you know what? I'm like, I do all this, this whole thing threw me off when I couldn't get into the stream. Like, that
yeah,
was just weird.
it
They're
was.
asking for my email, my Facebook. Like, what is going on here? Do you want to add channels? No, I just want to go into the stream.
So anyway, to everyone who's watching, this is Bryan John Laverty.
Yes, it's
Yes,
true.
yes,
It's
it's
true.
true.
I'm sharing.
Okay.
I'm
Now,
sharing.
now um, he has been in the paranormal field. He is the founder of the Global Ghost Hunt.
Yes.
And he also has Huntaphobia going
Yes.
on and a whole bunch of different things.
Yes.
Now, you just basically ended the fall viewing of Global Ghost Hunt.
It's never over.
No,
It's never over.
no,
Like
but
I don't know. Did you see the live that we did today or tonight?
I saw it.
Okay,
Yes,
so we want. There's a shade missing from my. Okay,
yes.
there's like what is going on here? There's a shade missing. Like there's a blind missing. Okay, so I just noticed that. I go, where did that blind go? Anyways, so as I said on the show earlier tonight, that it never stops. So
No.
what we would like people to do is
Mhm,
if you captured any evidence that we
mhm,
didn't hear during the live, then send it to us. I've been asking people for pictures of their investigation, so I've been posting those, and so it really never stops. And we want to continue supporting that teams that supported us.
uh, good,
Where's
good.
LD? Where's LD?
Oh, I sent LD with a map for a treasure hunt that he could never find. No, joking.
So
Uh,
because you don't want him here. I love LD. What's
I
going on?
know, I know. No, he's taking care of something so I could be here.
Ah, okay.
Yes,
I won't
yes.
ask you what. That's you. I won't ask you what.
No, no. We will, we sometimes have to take care of a package, and so the package was extended today. So we
That
just
sounds like it's something illegal. You're
ah,
making it sound illegal now. He had a package that
yeah.
he has to deliver that
There you
he
go.
can't
It's more interesting, isn't it? We'll get
he
more
can't
viewers. Look,
well,
it
this is
went up
it.
to 5 now, right
We
off the
can't
bat.
listen, we can't say what's in the package,
No,
but we're it's being taken care of.
exactly.
That's it. Yeah,
That's it.
okay.
That's
That's
it.
interesting. Very, very interesting. What is
So,
going on here? Like I'm all confused, I'm flustered, I'm all over the place.
so
So,
I saw some of the lives of some of the paranormal investigations.
did you watch some?
Yes, I did.
Did you? What did you think?
In between the wedding preparation and the
And preparing
wedding,
this package,
right,
obviously.
exactly.
I knew it was going to be like this.
Uh-huh.
I just
Well,
knew. It's funny
it's
when we get together. It's just a laugh.
it's that's it exactly.
Exactly.
That's why that's what it's all about, though, right? I mean,
It is. Yeah, I would agree with that. It's interesting that even with the live tonight, earlier tonight,
Mhm.
that so many people interacting and talking and
Yeah.
saying some wonderful things about the global ghost hunt. It's just amazing to watch. But what I find amazing, and what I said
Mhm.
on the show, was the amount of teams that were supporting other teams during the event.
Yes.
That's what I found amazing. Like
Yes.
we had teams in there for every single investigation,
Eh,
except when they were doing their own.
right.
And then we had other teams supporting them, like they were supporting the other team. It was just, it's, I think what, like, honestly, when I started this, I had
Mhm.
a lot of predictions. I had a lot of things that I knew were going to happen. Not necessarily good. A lot of, some good, some bad. And that's with any startup, right?
Right.
Any startup business. But what I didn't predict was the amount of teams that were going to support other teams during the event. I didn't predict that. I never even thought of that. But when it happened in May, it was like, wow, this is
Mhm.
a good thing. This
Mhm.
is the way things should be done.
Exactly.
Like I think as teams or investigators out there that are so trying to capture that big thing
Mhm.
so they can be the number one group. And what you seem to be forgetting is, or what some of those teams are forgetting, there's other people behind you that need to support that.
Mhm.
And if you don't have that, you might as well shoot a video, put it up there because nobody's going to watch.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
So, and this is what I find amazing about the global ghost hunt is the amount of support that everybody's giving everyone. And
Mhm.
like I said, I never predicted that, but it's wonderful to see.
And that's what's really all about, right? The
Yeah, exactly.
artists. The paranormal field has always been interesting, to say the least. But
That's an
the
understatement.
right, but the but the fact that you're able to unite different groups, different teams, different people,
Yeah,
because it's only LD and I, and we're it. We're not a team per se, but and we work with other teams.
mm,
So that's the whole thing. Now I know this came out, and all this stuff came out on your YouTube channel, which helps
mm.
out so others can then go back and look at all that
And
and
what came up on my YouTube channel?
all of the
Oh,
investigations.
well, that's Global Ghost Hunt YouTube channel,
Okay,
not Huntaphobia.
not Huntaphobia.
Yeah.
Okay,
So if they want to
good.
go watch the videos, they can go to Global Ghost Hunt
Good.
YouTube, and we're everywhere.
Wherever.
We're on
Yeah,
every social media platform that you can think of.
and
Um, yeah. So and that's because I wanted to go on every platform, not because I'm trying to do something for myself. This has
right,
nothing to do with me. This
right.
has everything to do with the teams. And what I wanted to try this year,
Mhm.
for this particular one, I wanted to try something a little bit different. So I put a lot of the live streams on LinkedIn as
Mm,
well, and it seemed
okay.
to be a real big hit on LinkedIn. So that's an interesting platform that I never thought of, but I noticed other people were doing lives on there.
Right.
Because if people haven't been to LinkedIn in a while, you should go over because it's a lot like, I hate to say this, but it's a lot like Facebook. Um, and you know what? There are teams with paranormal investigations or
Hmm.
investigators on there, but it's really really starting to get popular towards the paranormal.
Good.
So really, it's really a good time to get onto LinkedIn if you want to really get your team out there.
Very good. Very
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
It's a lot of fun getting out there and getting the comments and the reviews, and even sometimes you do something and somebody has a better way of doing it, and they kind of
yeah.
say, hey, um, that one
Oh,
electronic
well done.
works better here or works better there. So
Mm, yeah, and like I think with this type of event, you got to do different things,
hmm.
and try to get the teams out there, and and that's what it's all about. And I've said this right from the beginning. This has nothing to do with me or the admin team. This has everything to do with the teams and the locations. I find that the teams are important, yes,
Hmm.
but the locations are more important
Hmm.
because if we don't have locations, we don't have paranormal investigators.
Right.
So this was really about the preservation of locations that seem to be disappearing every single year,
Hmm.
and We want these locations to get noticed, to be recognized, to see how beautiful they are. There's some beautiful places out there that are just getting torn down
Yeah.
because they can't keep it open for whatever that reason is, like vandalism, or they can't afford to keep it open because nobody's coming to see their location or investigating. I think the big ones, like the major ones that everybody
Right.
knows, those are great. They're
Hmm.
great. But people, there are a lot of locations that are smaller venues that
Hmm.
are more active than the
Hmm.
bigger venues are.
Hmm. And those are the ones that people don't go to because they don't hear about it, like you said,
Yeah, exactly.
or it's only like one team, and that's the only nope. They keep it to themselves. They don't really share it, and it's a way to get out there and support them.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
a lot of historical buildings, lots of
yeah.
historical.
Like I know some of these locations, especially in May, there were a few locations that weren't getting a lot of traffic into their location. Now they are.
Good.
And that was the point,
Mm-hmm.
I'm, as you know, Glenda, and I think you know me well enough now, that I have a huge passion for this industry,
Mm-hmm.
and I hate to see it being destroyed, uh, that it doesn't need to be.
Right.
And that is the destruction of these locations.
Mm-hmm.
And if we continue growing the way we are growing,
Mm-hmm.
and we are growing, and I will say the first year I was expecting some good traction, but
Mm-hmm.
not this good.
Mm-hmm.
Like for this one, for the 10 days, I can't recall if it's 138 or 148. I think it's 138, 138,000.
Good.
Just on YouTube itself, by the views, the reaches,
Mm-hmm.
all those things, which are all very, very important. And that's just on one page.
Right.
138K. Yeah, it's 138K. So it's growing, and I was hoping for October that we would have, um, at least 50% more,
Mm-hmm.
if not 100% more. It looks like we're going to be at around 60 to 70% more. So, because the Maze event we had I think it was 136,
Okay.
and that was on all of the channels,
Right.
all of the pages. Now
Right.
we're at 138 with one page.
So you haven't even counted the other ones.
No, I haven't. So, and I will give that a few more days because people still going to watch the videos.
Mm-hmm.
So, and
Right.
share. And so probably by the end of the week, probably by Friday, I'll do the tally.
Mm-hmm.
So right now on 2 pages, we're just a little over 150.
Mm-hmm.
So I will do the other 7 pages that we were on,
Right.
and I'm hoping that we're going to hit somewhere in the bracket of 190, 200.
I see that
So
possibility. I
yeah,
see that possibility.
so yeah,
I have to not that I'm have any favorite teams because they were all good,
yeah.
but the most interesting one was the nuns.
Rootless
Yes.
destinations.
Right.
When they,
I have to admit, I'm looking at that. I'm like, wait,
you know what?
that is the best. That was the best.
I have to be honest. When I thought they had an audio problem at the beginning, because the two girls, or the guests they brought, Eyeless, the two girls they brought, and by the way, thank you, Dom. That was very nice of what you said. Um, uh, when they were walking around and I didn't hear any sound, I go, "Oh no, we're not gonna have any sound," because normally we check this stuff,
Right.
like we checked before we went. I think
Mhm.
Matt did, because I was in another live taking care of another live, and so when they panned around and saw the two nuns, I was like somebody else's comment, and I think it was Matt too. I originally thought they were statues.
So did I. And I'm like, wait, what?
And I was going, "What is that?" And then I realized they started talking. I was going, "Oh my god, that is the friggin' best thing I've
No.
seen!" Like,
And It was perfect. It's like
Yeah,
around Halloween, the whole thing. And I'm like
yeah.
looking at him like, oh, hands down.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. And they dressed up in May's event too, right? And
Uh-huh.
they were at the oh, what was that place called? I can't recall the name of the place
Yeah,
in uh, in May, but it was a great place. And they dressed up as Victorian
right,
women from those days, how they dressed,
right.
and they go full out. And
Uh,
we had a few teams in October that dressed up. Like we
mhm,
had Get Out that dressed up,
right.
and they looked phenomenal. And they were doing Boot Hill Graveyard, and they
Hmm.
dressed up as people from back in those days.
Right.
So it's good to see, and I
It,
think I think sometimes it can be a trigger for the spirits as well, right?
right,
So
right.
yeah, yeah,
And the best part is like you could tell they were having fun at it.
yeah.
That it wasn't, oh, we got to do this because oh my
No,
God.
and to stay in those outfits the whole 2 hours,
I know.
like, come on, like you got to give them some credit.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you heard this on the show on the closing ceremonies, but Melissa, I was talking to Melissa. I think it was a couple of days later, and she was telling me a story that they were planning to go to because they couldn't get into the church
Right,
because it cost apparently it costs a lot of money. So
right.
they couldn't get into the church. So they wanted to go to the church on the Sunday because their investigation was on the Saturday. And while they were going to the church, two nuns pulled up and got out of a car. That would have been hilarious if they were still wearing the outfits.
Oh man.
Oh
I
god.
could
If
test
you
it.
guys if you guys haven't seen Rootless's video, go watch it. And she hasn't. I don't think she's gone through the footage yet, but there was something that happened. I think it was near, like within the first hour,
Mhm.
that they were all standing in one room, and all of a sudden, a slam of what I think is a slam of a door, and
Right.
the doors in the Presidio were very big and looked very, very heavy.
Mhm.
It looked like, it sounded like something
Just
it sounded like
poof.
a slam of a door.
Mhm,
And the great thing is they had cameras in each room, so they'll know.
mhm.
But I'm telling you, that was a great investigation. They dressed the part, and um, a clapping of hands for them because they always come to the Global Ghost Hunt,
Mhm.
um, going that extra mile and
And
making
I
and entertaining people.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
And it's like I can't imagine all the trouble they went through to get the outfits that were so good because those were
Yeah,
good outfits.
yeah, they were.
And then to be in those things in the heat. Well, at least it was October. It wasn't too bad, but
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. Well, they're apparently they're thankful that next year's event starts in April instead of May because it's going to be a little bit cooler for them. Because I understand that the location that they were at in May was quite warm, and they
Hmm.
were in those get-ups. They were in those big, huge dresses, those
Hmm.
Victorian dresses, which
Which are
I'll be
heavy.
honest, didn't look comfortable whatsoever.
No, it doesn't. It didn't look comfortable when I see the pictures of
Yeah.
back then, and I'm sure it's not
Was there
comfortable now.
so was that the investigation that stood out to you?
That's the one that stood out to me the
Yeah.
most.
You know what stood out to me the most, and I'll be honest,
Hmm.
is ghoul gangs.
Hmm.
Um
Okay.
because I've been to the location
Okay.
and in the UK
Hmm.
and Burleston. I believe I'm saying that properly. If I am, I'm sorry to the people in Burleston. Um but because I've been there and I know what the activities like there,
Right.
and I have to be honest, they're like, a lot of people got some good evidence, like Dom, who's in the room, he got some good evidence
Hmm.
on his investigation. And but the ghoul gang, they got questions answered that they didn't even realize. Like there
Hmm.
was a possible love affair between somebody from the UK and a gypsy back in those days, which was basically illegal.
Hmm.
And it just really, really stood out for them. One, because I know them,
Right.
and two, I know the place. and they captured some amazing evidence. So if you get a chance, go over to the Ghoul Gang's video and watch it. It's the last hour
Mhm.
that it was incredible with the help of Bess Paranormal that was asking the questions to ask them, and they got the answers. Like, to me, that just stood out of anybody's investigation during the 10 days. Yeah, you got
Mhm.
to watch it. It's amazing. It really is amazing.
Definitely will.
Yeah.
Really, every single investigation was great.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not. Hey,
Uh,
listen, I'm not taking away from the
no.
other investigations at all because they were all phenomenal.
Mhm.
And but that one really stands out because back in May we had some great teams and great locations, but there wasn't a lot of evidence captured
Right.
during those 10 days. But this one completely changed everything. And
Well.
it really made people, I think, open up going, you know what? I can do this.
Mhm.
I can get evidence in my investigation. I will be able to show the world what I can do.
Mhm.
And that's why I've had teams in the last couple of weeks reach out to me and go, you know what, we're going to be there next year. Great.
Good.
That's
And
all we want.
and April, whether you notice it or not, or I don't know if you know this, but the veil is also very thin in April.
What's the date of that?
Usually around the middle to the end.
Because
So
the thinning of the veil was in the Maze event started on the 5th.
okay,
We started global on the 4th.
right.
And the veil was thin for the October's on the 28th.
I think it was non-existent in the
I think,
October.
well, it was supposed to be the 28th,
Right,
right?
right.
For October? Okay.
28th. It was like 28, 29,
There
30.
you go.
There you go.
Dom has put the date up there.
There you go.
April
Thank you.
14th. Dom is a Dom is a very close personal friend of mine. He's from
Hmm.
Montreal,
Hmm.
and I recently investigated with him.
Nice.
We did 2 locations, and he's a very good friend of mine. I would consider him a best friend, and I love Dom. And Dom, and we said it on the live. Dom really stepped up for us. We ended up having to cancel a investigation, and I
Mm,
called Dom the day before, and and he stepped in and did the investigation at Mount Royal Cemetery, which
nice.
has over 2.25 million people buried in,
Oof.
and is
Ooh.
very well, from what we saw from his video,
Right.
very active, very
Mm.
active. So
Hmm.
yeah,
That must have been really interesting. How
have you ever
many? 2 point what? Million?
2.25 million?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah,
Yeah.
has to be one of
Do
those
you?
places where wherever you go, you feel that.
Yeah. Do you know the singer Leonard Cohen?
I've heard.
Very deep voice.
Hmm.
Sorry, I'm just
Me too.
sick. I'm sick. I'm sick.
Allergies.
So Leonard Cohen, look him up. You'll know his voice. You'll know who
Hmm.
he is. He's buried in there. He's a
Ooh,
very
nice.
famous singer. And
Nice.
actually, in fact, there's people buried in that cemetery that were from the Titanic.
Oh,
Hmm.
nice. Nice.
There you go.
Hey,
The cemetery is the most haunted cemetery in North America.
nice. Very good.
It's in the top 10 here in Canada.
Oh,
So yeah,
oh, so that was that was a good catch then. So it worked out really good.
you know the Montreal Canadiens, the hockey team.
Yes.
The owners, the owners, the Gillettes, they're buried there as well,
Oh,
or the Molson family. I believe they're the Gillettes, aren't they? Um, Dom, I believe they're the Gillettes that own the Montreal Canadiens. So they're the ones that used to own Molson. So yeah,
okay.
but it was great. You know, overall the 10 days was long. I'll be honest, it's long.
Mm-hmm.
I'm behind in the background on every single video that goes out.
Right.
Almost is now the owner again. Okay.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I'm at every single investigation. obviously, I wasn't at the Hinsdale house at the beginning because I was doing my own investigation.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I ended up being there. But yeah, I'm there for every single investigation that goes off properly.
And that's the way to do it, to make sure there isn't any last second technical difficulties.
50 hours. 50 hours of investigation.
Right.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Correct.
It's a
It
lot.
is.
50 hours is a lot. By the time the end of the night, my eyes are going, so-
I don't see anything.
wait a minute, I'm seeing two DOMs now. What's going on? You know what I mean? Like your eyes go a little bit crazy. And I'll be honest, I get burnt out a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and I started filming a new TV show last Friday,
Ooh.
and then I was on the set yesterday. I'm on the set again on Friday, and so that's tough. And then I
Mhm.
had two self tapes to do for a feature film that I'm up for.
Mhm.
So it was just a lot in the 10 days.
Mhm.
So yeah.
So the stuff that you're filming now, is that going to be out soon or?
Uh I would assume it's probably going to be out in January,
Mhm.
January, January, February. Um, I filmed, I filmed with the same TV show back in uh, June,
Mhm.
and that should be coming out soon.
Good.
So yeah, so it's crazy. I'm super busy.
Well,
So
good.
yeah. Hi Pam. Pam's in the room.
Yes, I see her.
Yeah.
Hi, Pam. So
Of course, I see her.
I
Yeah,
see
there
her.
she is. Yeah.
There she is. It popped.
Yeah.
It popped when you said it. That's the funny part.
Okay. There you go. There you go.
Your magical words. There you go.
Okay. There you go.
No, so
Hey, I hear it. I hear a hint of sarcasm there.
no, it's my allergy speaking. My
Oh, okay.
allergies.
Come on.
I
Your
had.
allergies are sarcastic?
Yes, they are. They're terrible.
Where's
No, it's
LT?
LD. LD's not going to save you today. That's it.
That's awesome. No, for people to know, me and Glenda have developed a really good friendship
Mhm.
over the last couple of months
Yes.
because it all started with an investigation that we did. That I went into a home and investigated a home, and Glenda was there during the not during the live because we didn't
No,
go live,
no.
but Glenda was a huge help during that investigation for me. A woman that was apparently having some pretty bad stuff happening in her
Mhm.
house, and
Mhm.
we were trying to help her. So yeah,
And
and that's when it really began. Our friendship really started
yeah,
blooming from that. You know,
we had a great time there.
and then Glenda's helped me with a few situations too that I've asked her about, and what are her guides are saying that I should do. So Glenda's been a tremendous help, and if you need any help, I suggest going to this woman um, because she will help you. And I'm not talking about like sending you money or something like that. I'm talking about like spiritual
I got
stuff.
none.
There you go. Glenda has no money, so don't
Nobody.
go to her for money. But
No.
if you have a spiritual problem, then you can go to her.
There you go.
And there was a woman that I met on LinkedIn. How is she doing?
She is okay.
Has she been
She
joining your classes?
not yet, but
Okay. But
she
have you been
did. She
speaking to
did. So, right. We've been speaking on and off,
her? Okay.
and she knew that I was very tied up with the wedding, and
Okay.
my youngest son's wedding.
How did that
So
go?
that went phenomenal.
Yeah.
Great place.
Am I going to see pictures or what?
Yeah, I posted some.
Did you? I didn't see
Yeah,
any
on
pictures.
Facebook. Yes, I
Okay.
did.
Well, I'll have to go
But
back.
only to friends because sometimes I get creepy people.
Well, That's because you're sexy as heck. I'm not surprised.
Oh, we need LD here now.
That's because you're sexy as heck, and that's why they're reaching out to you. Those
Oh, okay.
creepers.
Those creepers. Oof. Uh, the offers I get. Wow.
Sorry, LD. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Not coming on to your partner. Okay.
He don't mind. He's like, I know how you take care of it. You take care of the situation.
There you go. I wouldn't mess with LD. He looks like a very large man.
He is very large.
How tall? How tall is he?
He says he's 6 foot only, but I swear he's taller than that.
Really? I
Yeah.
thought he was a lot taller.
Yeah.
How tall are you, Glenda?
I am less than 5 foot tall.
Oh,
And I keep shrinking.
I think
I'm telling you.
I think
Gravity is making me like.
I think we talked about this on the last time I was on your show, how short you were.
Mhm.
And then Matt told me a story that when he was at work, that you guys came into his store,
Yes.
and he was really, really surprised on how short you were.
I keep telling people I'm short. They don't believe me. I'm like, okay, that's fine with me.
That's funny. Yeah, Matt told me about that. When did he tell me that? About a month ago? A month and a half ago? Because I was supposed to go
when
to
we
his.
were coming from Michigan.
Yeah,
Back
I was
from
supposed to go, but you know what? I started a new job,
yeah.
which didn't end up working out anyways. So um, I ended up being there for a week, and I said, no, this is definitely not for me. So I ended up leaving, but I'm back doing what I'm meant to be doing.
Right.
And to be perfectly honest, the acting career is it's going well right now, and I see it going places. And I didn't want to lose that. If I had that job, I wouldn't have been able to do this TV show that I'm doing right now.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so my question to you is,
Yes.
I got a question for you.
Oh, here we go.
What
Always.
do
You
guys
always
tell-
turn everything around.
Yeah,
Don't you?
well, this is it. Because I figured this is a great opportunity to ask. But what are your guides telling you about my acting career?
Mm.
And if it's bad, it's okay. Just say
no. It's
they're
not
gonna go,
bad.
oh my god, tell that guy to get out of it now, like today.
No. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. You'll see.
Okay, well, I
You'll
can say
see
that
a
to
lot
myself.
more.
Give me
You're gonna-
something. Give me
you-
something.
Okay, you're going
give me
to see
some-
a lot more of what I'm talking about
Okay.
when the February offer comes in.
Oh, a February offer. I don't like the month of February.
Oh well, too bad.
It's the shortest month of the year, but feels like the longest month of the year.
Because a lot of people hate Valentine's Day. And what they have to look at it is
Okay, well, I
don't
don't
look at
hate.
it that way.
Well, I don't mind Valentine's Day. It's the snow that bothers me.
Well, yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, the cold.
Anywhere
Because-
from January on, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Who knows? This year has
But that's
been
good,
really
though.
strange, though.
But that's good though. That a February offer is going to be coming in.
Yeah.
I wonder what that's going to be.
Oh well,
Do,
you'll
do
find
your
out.
spirits know? Your guides?
I'm sure they do, but they don't always.
Is
give
it
me
TV or film?
I heard TV.
TV. Of course it is. I need
You'll
that
be-
feature film. Feature film. I'm hoping. Okay, so let me ask you this: your
Yes.
spirits, the ones that I sent in, the self tapes that I sent in yesterday, is anything going to happen with that? And be honest if it's not. I'm okay. I can take.
No, I know.
Yeah.
The recent stuff that you sent is going to Ghost Place.
Okay.
That's exactly how
Oh.
they're putting it.
You know what? And I'm going to tell you why. Because the casting director
Uh-huh.
is a casting director that you want to know.
Ah, there
Because
you go.
this woman can take you places.
Mhm.
And we'll see. I was acting in my 20s, and I did extremely well. I was up for a role. I ended up leaving the industry. Then I've been back within the last 3.5 years. And I'll be honest, like I've done 16 TV shows
Nice.
in the last 3 years. and it's
That's
done.
good.
It's done. I've done extremely well, and
And you
uh,
can tell that's your passion. You
yeah,
can tell
I love acting. Like I was talking to the director the other day
that.
or yesterday because he knows that I can see spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So he comes up to me, he goes, and he whispers to me, he goes, "Is there anything here?" I go, "Yeah, there's shitloads here." He just walked up and he goes, "Listen, is there anything here? See anything?" I go, "Yeah." As soon as I walked in, I saw 5.
Ooh.
So I go, "There's a shitload of here." We were at and Dom will know this because he lived in Hamilton. We were at Brock University filming yesterday, one of their oldest campuses. So we
So
were filming outside, and the weather was fantastic. It was really freaking cold.
I
So
was gonna say, wait a second. I know the whole East Coast was colder.
yeah, it was freaking cold yesterday. Meanwhile, I'm in a jacket that's like thinner than paper, and and it's like, okay, come on, guys, give me something a little bit warmer than this. Oh well, no, we can't because it's taking place in a warm state,
Oh,
and that's yeah, okay, great. I
okay.
wonder why I'm not well today.
Well, you need to get some thermal underwear or something so when you put
Well,
the
I'll be
jacket,
honest.
it just.
After this interview, I'm thinking about spreading vapor rub all over me.
Oh Lord. Well, vapor rub. I mean, unbelievable, but that does work.
Well,
Scary.
like it's
It
going
just,
everywhere.
yeah, it just, it does opens all the pores.
Yeah, I'm taking all my clothes off and putting vapor rub all over me.
Oh,
Uh,
poor Dom. But
that's funny.
um, so yes, it will. You'll
It will
hear.
lead to somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I need to know.
It's,
And if it
so
doesn't, then I'm going to call you up and say, you know what? Your guides lied to you and lied to me.
they're known for all that stuff. Come on, you know that.
Mm,
How many times haven't we? You got into investigation and you think it's somebody, and they're playing the part, and then all of a sudden it's not. Like
mm.
you walked into investigation, and you think it's a child, and it's not,
Yeah,
and
but these are
it's
your guides talking to you, so they
yeah.
shouldn't be lying to you.
No, they're not
No,
usually.
and that's good to know because this particular casting agent is very big in the industry here in Toronto,
Hmm.
and if you get in good with her, you're pretty well set.
Okay,
So,
okay,
and I'm
but
just a nice guy. Everybody likes me. Everybody on the crew likes me. They all, I feel like Norm when I walk in from Norm from Cheers. They all go, Bryan.
uh, you need them to just pour the beer there.
Yeah. And then if the director's walking up to you and going, "You see any spirits here?"
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
go, "Yeah, there's lots. There's tons here. There were
And
tons
it's
there."
nice though that you could be open about that, and they're
Yeah.
still accepting because
And the funny thing is, up till several years ago, as you know, Glenda, I hid it. I
hmm
never told anybody what I could do. And it's only because of the paranormal field
hmm
that I've been in for like a little over 10 years that I've been able to open it up, and I've been able to open up about it and
hmm
not be ashamed of it,
right.
because I was ashamed of it for so long, and I thought there was something wrong with me, and I thought I belonged in a cuckoo bin, like, honestly, because
hmm
that's the way I was raised, that if you had this kind of ability, you were either a liar or you were, cuckoo,
Put
up
away.
in the
Yes.
head, and you would be put away. In the 70s and early
hmm
80s, it was looked upon as like almost like devil worship, like
Yes.
cult
Yes.
stuff,
Yep.
you know. But so I hid it for so long, And I'd be walking down the street, I'd see spirits walking past me and not being able to say anything because, you know,
The
uh,
person next to you is going to say, "Who you talking to?"
yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So when I was talking to imaginary friends, I wasn't really talking to imaginary friends. Unfortunately, with my abilities, and I can only see them, I can't hear them, and I can't see facial features,
Hmm.
right? But I've had mediums come to me and say, listen, the reason it's like that is because of your negativity in the back of your head. You're blocking it. And mediums have tried,
Hmm.
but when you're scarred that much growing up, it's really, really hard to get rid of negativity. It
Yes.
really is.
Eh,
And every time I see a spirit, I tell you, every time I see a spirit, every single time, in the back of my head, all I'm hearing is, it's not real.
mhm,
It's not real.
mhm.
Stop. You're and I hate to say this, but because this is what was told when I was growing,
Right.
you're a loser. You know,
Hmm.
you're all those types of names,
Yeah.
you know. So yeah.
And that's what has happened to many, many people.
Mm,
And let's face it, I to me, a lot of the people that were put in the institutions that they were thought they were crazy, I think there was just, gifted people that saw things.
I agree.
And when they thought they were safe to talk about it, they talked about it to the counselor, and woof, it's like the white jacket, the straight jacket, and the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, um, I was, like I said, I was very blessed. I could tell my mother and
Mm.
my grandmother, but I had to keep it very quiet from my father.
Well, it's interesting.
Otherwise, I would have had to go to a reverend and get.
What a lot of people don't know about me, and I'm going to talk about now, is I was adopted.
Mm,
So the family that adopted me, I don't think were well. I know they weren't believers,
mhm.
and they believed the crazy cuckoo thing. And I found out where I got my abilities from,
Oh.
and that was my biological mother's mother. She
Oh.
was very gifted, and she was the type of woman that if you said something wrong to her,
Mhm,
she could say something's bad's going to happen to you, and it
mhm,
did. I'll give
mhm.
you one story that my biological mother's husband said something not very nice to her,
Oh.
and she said, "When you go outside to start your car, it's not going to start."
Mhm,
And that night, he went out to start his car, and it didn't start.
mhm.
So he had to come back inside and apologize to her. He literally went back outside, and the car started.
Good for her.
Oh, she was powerful, and I loved when she read tea leaves. Like she was very very good at that, and but that's where I believe I really got it from was her. Now I was told a story, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I also heard the story that it tends to skip a generation.
It depends. If it's only the females, it does not. If it goes from female to male to then back to female, it does.
Okay, because it went from because my mother's not gifted at all,
Right.
and
So
uh,
maybe that's why, because your
mm,
grandmother, female, went to
yeah,
you.
yeah. So that's where I think I get it from. But my abilities are a lot different than hers.
Mhm.
So
People get, you were born with the gifts, but we just develop each one of them differently. Because
yeah,
sometimes, especially when you started seeing them, you just said, okay, you're seeing them. But when people started saying, oh, you're crazy, you're doing this, you're doing that, or you're in the devil's side or whatever, that kind of closed all the other clairs out.
mm,
So you know,
you
it
know,
blocked everything.
my very while I was growing up, when I was a young kid, like 6, 7, 8, stuff like that,
Hmm.
I knew I was seeing something, but I wasn't sure what it was. It wasn't until I was about 9 or 10 where
Hmm.
I actually saw my first one that I knew what it was.
Right.
like right away. And I happened to be in a park on the kids' equipment, and
Okay.
that's where I saw my first one. And it turned around like it was faced the other way. It turned around and looked directly at me, and I knew what it was right away. That's when I knew what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
But because before that, I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on. And yeah, I was about 9 or 10 years old when I discovered that's what was going on.
Because at that moment, your gift blossomed, so your light lit, and he's like, "Oh, wait a second, that one can see me. That one can maybe hear me. Let me go see how I could communicate."
Yeah, I just and then from there on in, it seemed to be happening all the time. Now the problem with mine
Hmm.
is I can't turn it off, I can't turn it on. So when it happens, it happens.
Hmm.
I could go into a real haunted location and not see anything, but it's haunted, but I'm not seeing anything at that
Hmm.
moment.
Hmm.
I can go into another location where it's not haunted at all, and I see 20 spirits walking around, So unfortunately, I don't have that ability of turning it off and on, which I wish I did, because there's been times throughout my life where I really wanted to turn it off and I couldn't. Um,
Yeah, I've been very good at learning how to turn it on and off.
hmm.
So I just like say, "Nope, not now." Office hours when they're open, that's when you could
Yeah.
come. Not now.
I kind of wish I could hear them, but
Hmm.
then I'm glad I don't, because of the me not having the ability to turn it off and on. Like I'd
Hmm.
be laying in bed and they'd be talking to me all friggin'
Yes,
night.
yes,
And so I'm kind of glad that I'm not able to hear them, but it's weird. It's weird. It's like I wish I could explain what it's like to people, that when I see something walking down the street and go, well, there's one right there, and to describe it is you can't. You
right.
just can't. I can't describe what it is, and I try to. I try to,
Hmm.
but um, if
Well,
people,
it's you're more of a knowing, I believe. But you could see it, but not really see it completely. So you know that it's there.
yeah,
It's like when you walk into a really haunted place and all of a sudden all the hairs in your body just start standing up, even before you see it or hear it or whatever, and you're like, "Oh yeah, there's something here."
yeah.
Um,
So, for example, like I did my investigation at Sewell's Bridge on Friday, and I
right.
think I said it during the live that it's funny because I can't see anything tonight. Because usually I do when I go to this bridge,
Mm,
but that's maybe because of the fact that it wasn't on up here.
mm-hmm.
Like like I know there's over 80 spirits there. I've already been told that.
Right.
So in that type of environment, I would normally see them, but that
Mm-hmm.
night I wasn't. I was hearing them, which is unusual because I don't. But they were coming through a different way for me. And but in that place, if anybody, even if you don't have ability, you can be under that bridge and you'll hear them.
Right.
You
Right.
will hear them. And I want Dom to come down to Ontario. I want to take him to that bridge, because I think he would have a field day, because Dom has abilities as well.
Okay.
And the bridge is, oh god, the bridge is amazing. And I think one time I would love to get you on video so
Mm-hmm.
you can see what I'm seeing.
Love it.
And because I honestly believe this, and I've been told this, there's a possible portal there, that something negative is blocking them from going through this portal, and that's why there's so many spirits there. Can you see
Mm.
anything from me from Friday?
Well, I can see that when it's
Sewell,
towards the right hand side. The
Sewell's
portal.
Bridge, Dom. What's that? Sorry.
The portal is in towards the right hand side.
When I'm under the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side of the stream, or the stream like before? Like,
before the stream on the right
okay,
hand side.
so that stream is called. It's not actually a stream. Well, I guess it is, but it's called Rouge. It's kind of like a river, but
Okay.
doesn't. It's like this deep, for God's sakes. Um, so Rouge River is what runs underneath it.
Okay.
But I always thought the portal, like normally the side I go on. If you watch it, you can watch it.
Mhm.
You can watch the live. The portal's on this side,
Mhm.
but for some reason, I don't know how this is possible. But I think the negative, what's ever negative there, is on the other side of the stream or the
Mm.
river. So how is he able to block them going through? That's what I
They
don't
he
understand.
could just, or I'm saying he, but it could actually just build up a wall of negativity, and that's it.
Hmm,
You
interesting.
know, it's
Yeah.
like the veil, the curtain. It's the same
Yeah, that
thing.
makes sense. That makes sense. Never thought about it that way.
And
But
feeding it every single time, it's energized if somebody gets scared or somebody goes in there fearful or anything like that.
yeah, that place scares me.
Right. So he,
Scares it. And I was by myself.
um,
That place scares the crap out of me. I don't know why. Like, like if I'm with other people, it's not so bad.
mhm,
But when you're there by me, I tell you, one time I was there, the video's up on YouTube. It's called Surrounded. It's called Surround.
mhm.
I think it's Surround something. It's from a couple of years ago. There were spirits, and I can hear all the footsteps, and they were all coming around. It felt like they were surrounding me,
Mhm.
and I lasted. God, I think I lasted about 30 minutes, and I couldn't take it anymore.
No, they were probably saying, "Can you help me? Can you help me? Can you help me?"
Yeah, maybe,
You know.
maybe, yeah, because I have gotten help quite a bit there.
Mm.
The word help,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
So interesting.
but that's, they see that you're there and they know you can somehow communicate with them.
Hmm.
So they, if they want to get back, that's definitely going to find whoever's there and get it
Hmm.
or
Yeah,
try to. So
yeah. Well, I'll go. I'm gonna go back. I keep on going. It's like it's interesting. I keep on going back to that place because I feel drawn to that place. Now, I had a medium tell me once the reason I feel drawn to that bridge is because I had something to do with that bridge, and that's why I feel drawn to it. It's interesting. Um, in a prior life, I had something to do with that bridge.
it
I
could
don't
have
know
been
what,
a it could have been a runaway and or something like that and hid under it and drown or something.
or I could have worked on it
Could have worked on it.
because it's been around since 1912.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're old enough for that.
yeah. Well, not 1912, but the person who worked on it was probably from around 1912.
Right.
I would be really I'd be really curious to know my past lives. That's
Hmm.
something I'd really like to know.
Well, I just did a phenomenal past life regression on someone,
Oh
and
yeah,
yeah, she even posted the review all over Facebook because she learned a lot of the stuff that she brought into this lifetime
okay.
that now she can work on and release, and be a
So
peace
what was
herself.
I before this?
Mm. Well,
Before this specimen.
before this, oh lordy. Um. Okay, the 3 lifetimes ago, you were a woman.
What the
And
hell?
as a
Okay.
woman, you were not treated very well.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know why, but that's all I'm getting. We will
Was
have to
I
just get
was
together
I
and really
was I a
go.
prostitute or something, like a hooker or something?
No, no, it's just not treated very well. So I don't know if you were really poor and people were, you know, the people with money were treating you really nasty or what. But
Oh, we definitely have to have a sit down and figure out what's going on. I was a woman 3 past lives ago. Good Lord. Is that why I'm so um when I get into relationships, I'm a very caring person?
hmm yep,
Just
That's
so
one of
people
the
know, when I'm in a relationship with a woman, I'm very caring. Just to let you know, just to put it out there. So I treat my woman like a queen.
oh, woo. Now you're gonna get all
With
these.
love. With
Now
love.
you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, I'm
oh Lord.
very, I think, in a relationship way, I'm very caring, very giving,
Mhm.
and I love. I love.
Yeah,
I
well,
I
you
I
could
love.
you could tell, you know,
Yeah.
even the way you speak to others and all that other stuff. It
Yeah.
just it comes natural. It's part of
Yeah.
you.
Some women I don't love, but
So,
you know, that
oh come on,
that goes without saying. Because they didn't treat
we
me very nicely.
we all have those, you know. And
Well, I got my fair share, to be honest.
I am Brian's agent.
Oh,
I'm
that's
just
funny.
declare your
Yeah,
your agent, so he'll take all requests.
he's funny. He's funny guy. Oh,
Uh,
that's hilarious.
so we have about 4 minutes left.
That's it?
Anything? That's it. Imagine that.
Why don't you let your shows go longer?
Well, because I go live on platforms that require me to be uh, only an hour.
Okay.
I have
So
that
you could
time
stop it
slot.
on those at the hour, but continue going live
Right.
on Parapost Network,
Right.
Central and stuff
Hmm.
like that. Yeah, that's
Hmm.
cool. I
Yeah.
love your show.
Thank
I love your 3 shows. Good God, you got a lot of shows.
you.
I don't know
Well,
how you do it. 3 or
I,
4?
I
Is it
have.
3 or 4?
Well, let's see. I have the paranormal dolls, Dragon's Den. Then I do meditation. Then I do Reiki clinic, and then I do the channeling of the
When are you gonna
council.
get me on Paranormal Dolls?
Oh,
I wanna speak to your co-host.
okay. Yes,
Yeah.
I know. I know. She's also very loving
How
and
you doing?
available.
How you doing? Hey, how you doing?
You know, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. When you speak to her next, just say I say this to her. How you doing?
well, I'm gonna be talking to her tomorrow, so
Yeah.
I will let her know you want to be on the
How you
paranormal
doing?
dolls.
Yeah, I want to be on the Paranormal Dolls. And the first thing I'm gonna say is, hey, how you doing? I'm just kidding. I won't be like that. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
start the ball rolling, and it'll be
No,
going fast too.
she seems like a very nice person.
She is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sarah is very good. And she's very kind, very considerate, and of course, like anybody who's very kind and considerate, that people take advantage of you and
Yeah,
all that other stuff.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I've been down that road several times.
we all have.
And
That's
but
why.
you know what? This is how I look at it.
Mhm,
I've had since I've been in the paranormal field, and unfortunately, this happens a lot in this field,
mhm,
and it's terrible. But there's been a lot of people that have taken advantage of me and tried to ride the coattail and stuff like that, and it's really really
mhm,
unfortunate. And I've helped them.
mhm.
I've helped them get where they wanted to be, and I've done all kinds of different things from them. And then all of a sudden, okay, I'm done with you. See you later.
Yeah. And then you don't hear from them. They don't even check up on you. They like, when I had breast cancer, most of people didn't
Oh
even.
God, I didn't even know that.
Well, I was kind of keeping it quiet, but those certain people knew.
When
And
was that?
that was 2021. I
Oh, so
went
I
through
didn't know you
breast.
at that point.
No,
So
no.
yeah,
Well, yeah, no, no. You knew
no, I
we
didn't
started
know.
to we knew about each other in 2022.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but yes, but I hardly even get a hey, how you doing? So it's okay.
No, it's not.
You know what? It is because that makes me say to myself, you know what? I'm not allowing anybody to make me change.
Yeah, that's good.
So,
That's good.
all right, we're going to have to end this as much as I hate.
This
Thank
was
you,
great. I loved
everyone.
it. I
Thank
loved it.
Same.
Yep.
Thank you,
Yep.
Bryan. Say
Thank
you
you.
didn't need LD. You couldn't have
Oh,
saved
I
her
was
on
only
this one.
kidding about LD. We're fine.
Yeah. Thank
As
you,
much
everyone.
as I love them, we were good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Hang on for a second. We love you. See you next week and have a great rest of the week.
Good night, everyone.